The case appeared routine at first glance, the kind of grooming appointment that seemed overdue but manageable. A dog arrived, covered in dense mats that stretched across the body like layers of felt. From a distance, the coat looked thick and heavy, but nothing immediately suggested the severity of what lay beneath. As trained professionals carefully assessed the situation, they recognized warning signs that demanded caution. The matting was not simply tangled hair. It had become a tightly compressed structure, pulling against the skin with every movement. Because severe mats can adhere closely to delicate tissue, attempting removal without proper care can cause additional injury. The process began slowly, with each section of fur revealing more of the hidden story. What emerged was startling. Underneath the compacted coat were areas of irritated skin, patches of inflammation, and evidence that discomfort had likely existed for far longer than anyone realized. The animal had adapted to the pain, continuing daily life while carrying an invisible burden. This is one of the most important lessons in emergency grooming medicine. Animals often endure suffering silently, and their resilience can unintentionally conceal the seriousness of a problem. As more fur was removed, concern grew among the professionals involved. The skin showed signs of prolonged stress, and areas that had been deprived of airflow for extended periods were vulnerable to infection. Every careful movement uncovered another clue about how rapidly neglected matting can escalate into a medical issue. In some emergency cases, veterinarians discover open wounds hidden beneath the coat. In others, they find embedded debris, parasite infestations, or severe bacterial infections that require immediate treatment. The suspense in these situations comes from the fact that no one truly knows what lies beneath until the mats are safely removed. Each layer can reveal something unexpected, and every discovery influences the next medical decision. Veterinary teams frequently describe these moments as a race against time, because delayed intervention may allow complications to progress even further. What makes these stories especially powerful is that they remind us how interconnected grooming and health truly are. A coat is not merely fur covering the body. It is part of an animal's protective system, and when that system becomes compromised, the consequences can extend far beyond appearance. Inspired by the educational philosophy of Dr. Karen Becker, many pet advocates encourage owners to view grooming as preventive healthcare rather than cosmetic maintenance. This perspective changes everything. Instead of asking whether a pet looks tidy, owners begin asking whether the skin is healthy, whether movement is comfortable, and whether hidden warning signs might be developing unnoticed. In the emergency case unfolding before the veterinary team, one final section of dense matting remained near a sensitive area of the body. No one in the room could predict what would be revealed next. The atmosphere grew tense as careful trimming continued. Then, as the last heavy layer separated from the skin, a discovery emerged that instantly transformed the situation from a grooming challenge into a true medical emergency requiring immediate action. The discovery beneath that final layer of matting revealed a condition far more serious than anyone had anticipated. Hidden from view for weeks and possibly months was a deep area of damaged skin that had been trapped beneath tightly compressed fur. The affected tissue showed signs of severe irritation and infection, demonstrating how easily a grooming issue can evolve into a medical crisis when left untreated. What made the situation especially alarming was that the animal had continued functioning despite carrying such a painful condition. To an observer, the pet may have appeared tired, less active, or slightly uncomfortable, but when nothing about its outward behavior fully reflected the extent of the suffering concealed beneath the coat. This reality highlights one of the greatest challenges in animal care. Pets instinctively mask vulnerability, often displaying remarkable endurance even when experiencing significant distress. As veterinary professionals began immediate treatment, the true consequences of prolonged matting became increasingly clear. Restricted airflow, constant skin tension, trapped moisture, and continuous friction had created an environment where healing was nearly impossible. The coat that should have protected the body had effectively become a source of injury. Cases like this serve as powerful reminders that matting is not simply an aesthetic concern. In severe circumstances, it can interfere with circulation, contribute to infection, restrict movement, and compromise overall quality of life. Every emergency grooming case carries its own unique story, but many share a common lesson. The warning signs often appear gradually. A missed brushing session becomes several missed weeks. A small knot becomes a dense patch of tangled fur. What seems manageable today quietly develops into a serious health issue tomorrow. By the time obvious symptoms appear, significant damage may already exist beneath the surface. Educational advocates such as Dr. Karen Becker frequently emphasize the importance of early awareness because prevention is always safer, less stressful, and less costly than emergency intervention. Regular coat maintenance creates opportunities to identify abnormalities before they escalate. A few minutes of attention can reveal skin irritation, parasites, unusual lumps, or developing mats long before they become dangerous. The emotional impact of these cases extends beyond physical treatment. Many owners are genuinely shocked when they learn the severity of the condition hidden beneath the fur. Their experience becomes an important reminder that love alone is not always enough. Informed care is equally essential. The goal is never to assign blame, but to encourage understanding and proactive responsibility. Every pet depends on human observation to recognize problems that cannot be communicated through words. Emergency grooming professionals witness this reality every day, and their experiences continue to reinforce the same message. Grooming is healthcare. Brushing is healthcare. Monitoring the condition of a pet's skin and coat is healthcare. When viewed through that lens, routine maintenance transforms from a cosmetic task into an act of protection. The most inspiring outcome of these emergency cases is that many animals recover remarkably well once proper care begins. Relief replaces discomfort, mobility improves, and hidden suffering finally comes to an end, proving that timely action can make an extraordinary difference in a pet's life. As the emergency treatment progressed and the weight of the matted coat was finally removed, a remarkable transformation began to take place. The animal that had arrived carrying layers of discomfort started showing signs of relief almost immediately. Movements became easier, posture improved, and the constant tension that had affected every step gradually disappeared. For the veterinary team and grooming professionals involved, these moments serve as powerful reminders of why their work matters. Behind every successful intervention is an opportunity to restore comfort, health, and quality of life to a living creature that depends entirely on human care. The story of severe matting is not ultimately a story about neglect or mistakes. It is a story about awareness, responsibility, and the profound impact that small daily actions can have over time. Every brushstroke, every routine grooming appointment, and every careful inspection of a pet's coat contributes to a larger commitment to well-being. The lessons learned from emergency grooming cases extend beyond fur and skin. They remind us that many serious problems develop gradually rather than suddenly. They grow quietly, hidden from view, while appearing insignificant during their earliest stages. Whether caring for animals or managing other aspects of life, prevention often proves more powerful than intervention. This perspective reflects a message frequently emphasized by Dr. Karen Becker, who encourages pet owners to focus on proactive wellness rather than waiting for obvious signs of illness or distress. When people become attentive observers of their animals, they gain the ability to recognize subtle changes before those changes become crises. A healthy relationship with a pet involves more than affection. It requires curiosity, observation, consistency, and a willingness to act when something seems unusual. The most inspiring aspect of these recovery stories is the resilience demonstrated by the animals themselves. Even after enduring discomfort, many recover with extraordinary speed once proper care is provided. Their capacity to heal serves as a reminder that timely intervention can dramatically change outcomes. The difference between a manageable grooming issue and a life-threatening medical emergency often comes down to recognizing warning signs early and responding without delay. Pet owners who educate themselves about coat maintenance, skin health, and routine care place themselves in a stronger position to protect the companions they love. Emergency grooming cases may be dramatic, but they also offer valuable lessons that can prevent future suffering. Every story reinforces the same truth. Grooming is not a luxury, and it is not optional for animals with coats that require maintenance. It is a fundamental component of responsible care. When viewed through that lens, grooming becomes an act of compassion, protection, and respect. The next time a brush is picked up or a grooming appointment is scheduled, it may seem like a simple task, but its significance extends far beyond appearance. It may be the very action that prevents hidden pain, avoids a medical emergency, and preserves a pet's health for years to come. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.